Hello, this is Reginald, also known as Brother Teacher. What is your life worth to you? I was going to say that I was pondering that question, perhaps pondering how I was going to convey that question to the listening audience, but not pondering for myself because I know what life is worth to me. In my life, all of the experiences that I've had, all of the trials and the tribulations and the upsets, disappointments, and even the good times. I have looked at all of them collectively in my middle age at least and come to the summation or conclusion that it is what it is. We can't change life. It just happens. Howbeit, we can change how we deal with the occurrences and the circumstances that we're faced with in our lives. I always say to my students and to my friends and to anyone, it's not what happens to you, it is how you deal with what happens to you. This video perhaps is for the encouragement and the edification of those who may be feeling down, who don't really know where their focus should be, who have no desire and or aspiration, but would like to. This video is not for those who love to spew garbage, to speak condescendingly, to throw out all kinds of hate messages, and the cynics as well, and those people who may be atheists. Nothing against those that are atheists. That is your prerogative to believe or not to believe, but it would be nice if you believed that there was a creator, which I do. And I do believe that most of the listening and the viewing audience believes that there's a creator as well. This video is not about bashing anyone. It's not about saying who's better and who has more faith, who has more money, or what have you. It's not about that. It's just posing a question, a very real question. And I think it's really sad to be born into this world and to die lonely, to be born into this world and to die and have not achieved the goals or desires, or even to have even touched or scratched the surface in achieving those goals or desires. I think it's really sad, particularly when you have the means and the wherewithal, the mental capacity to do so, and you just will not. For some reason, a lot of people believe that their life is just what it is and it can't be any better. That is not true. It's akin to me going to the grocery store and saying, I like chocolate ice cream, I like strawberry ice cream, and I walk away. Someone walks behind me who doesn't like chocolate or strawberry ice cream. They might like butter pecan or even orange sherbet. They walk away. Another person walks up who doesn't like either of those four choices between me and the other person, and they might like fudge swirl or whatever. What you have there, my friends, is choice. We don't all like the same. We don't like the same things. We don't like the same events. We don't like the same music. We don't like the same religious preferences. They're Baptist, they're Methodist, there's Protestant, there's Catholics, there's synagogues with Jewish people, there are Some people used to call them holiness, Jehovah's Witnesses, Muslims, and Islam, the whole nine. It is all based on where you feel that you belong. It's preference, it's choice. And oftentimes that stems from our childhood, and we just carry those same behaviors into our adulthood, and they serve to identify us and to give us a personality. I am a spiritual or religious person, some might say, and some might say, well, I'm agnostic, some might say I'm an atheist, some might say I'm not sure what I am. But it's all still based on choice. Do you have the choice to choose what you desire to be in this life? Just like the scenario of purchasing what you like in the store, the ice cream scenario. Do you also have the choice to say that I want to be a scientist? I want to be an early childhood caseworker. I want to be a banker. I want to be a children's pediatrician. I want to be a lawyer, an attorney, if you will, a police officer, a crime scene investigator. I want to be whatever. A fireman, emergency medical tech. The sky is the limit. Have you just ever sat down and said, this is what I want to do, and then set out to do it? That's all it takes. I'm sure you've heard the old adage, just take the first step. Take the first step. But oftentimes people won't even take the first step. And then they'll say these things, I want to do this particular thing. I want to be in this particular vocation. I want to have this particular job by the time I'm 21, 25, 30. And well on my way to success. But they never do it. I've known, I want to say hundreds, but I've known dozens, more realistically, being conservative. I've known dozens and dozens of people who have said they wanted to do something and wanted to be something. And we're talking 10, 20 years ago, and to this very day, most of them are dead. Most of them are in a job situation where there's no upward mobility, a place that they really don't want to be. Most of them have very bad health. Most of them or some of them, I should say, are just sitting around the house, not doing much of anything. Your desire is more than just a notion. It has to be fortified. It has to be backed by action. Even the scripture says, faith without works is dead. Paul in the scripture said, show me your faith without works and I'll show you my faith by my works. In other words, I want something to come to fruition or to come to pass. I'm going to make it happen. Bruce Lee, I remember many years ago, he made a statement when he was living. He said, the hell with opportunity, I make my own opportunity. We have to have that spirit, that mentality. Knowing is not enough, willing is not enough. You must do. You just have to do. The old Nike cliche or tagline, just do it. That's what I'm encouraging you to do today. Just do it. Stop saying that you want something in life, but you're not willing to put some effort into making it come to pass. If you really want it, you will achieve it. But let me tell you what I found to be very interesting as it relates to faith. People who really want something in life, they've already done it. And the other group of people are already on their way to doing it. The people who really want something in life. But the other people who say they really want something in life and they're not doing it, and they haven't done it, what does that sound like? Rhetoric. It is just tingling cymbals in the wind. That's all it is. It's just talk. And understand this, my friends. Everybody can say that they want to be something and do something. But it never really matters until you make it happen. That is the only way that you're going to see and realize your dreams, is that you make it happen. There's no magic pill. There's nothing external outside of you that's going to come and knock you down and make you a wealthy individual or a millionaire. It's not going to come and knock on your door and say, hey, here you have a 20-bedroom mansion. It's not going to happen like that. If it does, peradventure, it's probably 1 in a billion chances that it could happen to you or the next person for that matter. And oftentimes when people are lucky, if you want to call it that, and I don't believe in luck, are fortunate to be in a situation like that, for example, winning the lottery and $20 million or whatever, those people usually end up in tax court, in jail for not paying taxes. They blow the money on material things because they don't have any financial skills. They don't know how to invest money. Or they let their family consume it or put them in their grave because they have a heart attack or they're stressed out and they have a stroke because the family is trying to leech off of them, because no one has ever had anyone in the family in that station of life. So what are you saying again, brother teacher? Real simple video. Real simple. I am who I am today because I choose to be. But choice is more than just a word. Choose. You see, if I say that I'm an entrepreneur, and if I say that I'm a musician or a singer or an artist of whatever degree, I make very certain that I start heading in a direction and do all of the things that those individuals do to be what they say they want to be. And what is really, really sad is that I believe all of us know. I don't care what your religious preference is or your conviction is. You can be atheist and not believe that there's a God. But one thing, my friends, is really sure from a physiological standpoint, as much as we were all born and came out of our mother's womb, we all shall die. That's a fact. There are no celestial beings that were born from a woman that's walking around here on the earth right now. We're all flesh and blood. What are you saying, teacher? I'm saying this. We have one life to live in this physical tabernacle or building. Why do we do ourselves such an injustice and not achieve all that we can possibly achieve on this side while we can, while we have it to do? Why do we wait until we're old and feeble and broken down to look back in retrospect and say, I wish I could have done that, or I wish I should have done that? Don't hate the person. Don't abhor the person that says, hey, I've got mine. You have to want to have your own. I'll see you in the next video. So